Hi, it's Nancy, one of the campus ministers for United Campus Christian Fellowship. This Lent, we're spending some time with the gospel readings for Lent, and so each week we'll have a question for reflection. This week's reading is Luke 4, verses 1 through 13, which is the story of Jesus' temptation in the wilderness. And our question is about Jesus' response when the devil challenges Jesus to turn a stone into bread. And so Jesus says, "It is written, one does not live by bread alone." And our question is, why do you think Jesus says this? So here's my response. It's important to note that all Jesus replies in these verses are quotes from Deuteronomy, which is part of Torah. And it's important to look at the rest of the verse in Deuteronomy. So it's Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3, and it's part of a larger speech by Moses that reminds Israel to remember how God took care of them in the wilderness and that they are dependent upon God. So the full quote is, He, God, humbled you by letting you hunger, then by feeding you with manna, with which neither you nor your ancestors were acquainted, in order to make you understand that one does not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of the Lord. So it's a way of saying that we don't actually make our own bread, right? Ultimately, it's all gift. It's all gift from God for us. So part of what's happening in this temptation story is that the devil is tempting Jesus to forget, to deny who's responsible for bread, and for that matter, the stones, and to take matters inappropriately into his own hands. It's a temptation to misuse his power and authority because it's a temptation to forget, to deny God's care for the world. And Jesus is having none of that. His response is consistent with his ministry of being present in the world in a non-domineering, non-coercive way, in a way that's always consistent with the will of God. So we'd like to know what you think. So please let us know. Leave a comment on social media, text, email, come to one of our small groups Wednesday or Thursdays at 4 p.m. and let us know what you think.